Welcome back to Learning Life Lassie. I thought we could start with knitting. This is my current project that I'm working on. It's gonna be a hat for myself, probably. But I thought we could look back on where I've been, what I've been doing, how I've been learning. This is my first ever project. It's a really crappy, thin, very, very long scarf. I made it using knitting needles. That was 2 years ago now, and I've kind of given up on knitting with knitting needles. I have a project that I've kind of put on hold for a while, a Slytherin scarf. I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd, which you will continue to learn throughout these videos. And this was actually the scarf that I was going to make for a friend who is also in Slytherin, although now she's decided that she is a Hufflepuff, which fits her a lot better, I think. And so I'm going to keep it for myself if I ever finish it. But I do think I did a very good job with it. High quality. I like the way it's turning out. I think it would end up being a fantastic scarf if I ever get back to it. I took about a year off knitting, and I came back to it with this weird, bizarre moment of sitting on this couch, in fact, saying, I want to make a hat. I love knitted hats. I love wearing hats. I want to make a hat. So I went out and I bought a pack of looms. This is the largest one, second largest. Then I have a kid size and then an infant size. I'll post in the description the videos that I used when I was teaching myself how to use these looms. The hats that I've been working on, I started with this itty bitty infant loom because I thought it would be just an easy thing to practice on. And I made my very, very first hat. It's not very well made, but it was my first one. And it was really fun just to kind of get the hang of how to make a hat, how tightly I need to make a hat, because this is very loose. But it was a nice little learning process for me. I got to figure out what I was doing on a project that didn't really matter much. I actually ended up putting this on one of my cats, and she was not happy about it, but she looks super cute. I actually started this just before Christmas time, and I made a hat for my dad, a hat for my mom, and a hat for my best friend back home, and shipped them all off, and they are all gone to their respective owners. But I did work on a couple hats for myself. I made this white hat. It's very cozy. It's very warm. It's made out of a blanket yarn, so it's very nice and cozy. But I made this one. Then I made this black one. I kind of wish I made it a little bit longer, but it is also made out of a black, same material as the white hat. It is still very cozy. Then I made this hat for myself, a little bit longer, super comfy. This is I think my favorite hat that I've made for myself. I wear it all the time outside. Then I decided, new project. I made myself 2 comfy, cozy mittens that I'm super happy about how they turned out. I'll post the YouTube video I followed along for this in the description. Then I decided to work on a project for my mom, and I started working on a project to mail to her that I haven't mailed off yet. You'll see it before she does. She really likes the University of Michigan, so I found yarn that was already the University of Michigan colors, maize and blue. I made her a hat. It's in the same style as my favorite hat, so I thought she'd like that. Then I made her a long scarf. This took so many balls of yarn to make, but I think it's going to be super, super cozy. The sides look the same on each side. I'll post the video that I used to follow along to make this. So I made her matching gloves. Similar to mine, I used the same video, but I just barely tweaked the pattern so that mine has little notches on it and hers doesn't. I just took that out of the pattern to make it less noisy. I kind of wish I hadn't, but what can you do? Then I made a hat it was silly long. I can post the description to it, although I didn't quite follow it along exactly how it was in the video that I posted, but I'll post it. For this hat, it was way long for me. It like flopped over and hung down super low. I didn't really like that. I like my hats a little snugger, so I'm gonna fold it over when I wear it. I'm working on this, which is gonna have a long foldable brim and then a poofy hat, hopefully on the outside or on the top. That's knitting. That's what I've learned when I've been knitting and the projects that I've been working on. Um, 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 um. So, I don't know what I'm talking about.